Hello, are we working? I think so. Hello. Hello. Oh, we are. Hello, Emma. Hello. Hi, Catherine. Mandy, Julie, Cassie, Sophie, Wendy, Dana, Mandy. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I actually have a reason why I'm late today. What's the time? I can't even see the time. Oh my gosh, I'm so late. I'm so sorry. I'll explain why. Basically, Aaron's been caught up at work. He hasn't been able to leave yet. Something's happened and he's the guy who needs to fix it. I think. I don't know. Anyway, so he's still at work when he was meant to be home at 4:30 today. So because of that, I've been running. However, that is why I'm slightly late. Also, because of that, I obviously do have my children at home, so if I need to pause at any time to go and deal with them, I hope you guys can understand. They're really good kids, so I actually don't think they will need me or anything, but obviously they've been told not to hesitate to come and get me straight away. So yeah, if I need to pause, that's why. And also, I have my dogs in with me because the dogs aren't going upstairs with the kids, and they'll just spend the whole time barking downstairs because they know that someone's in the house and Aaron's not there yet. So I've got them in with me, and at the moment they're sleeping laying down, but as soon as they hear any car or any movement outside this room, they may bark. So apologies for that in advance. They'll keep us on our toes today. So it's one of those, yeah, so I'm apologising that I'm late, and that's why I may have to pause if the kids need me, and we may be kept on our toes if the dog's bark. Or if they need letting out. But it's all okay. Oh. Oh no, honestly, the kids are they're fine. I've got contact with them. I've told them that they can have their bits upstairs, so I can message them constantly, and it's literally not like if they shout I could hear them. I've got my window open in here, so I can hear everything, so it's not a problem. I have made a cup of tea, yes. So I've just literally made it as well. That's what made me a couple more minutes late, because I can't go on without a tea. So we've got a tea. It's under control. Oh, exactly, Siobhan. But normally Aaron's here, so he can obviously help out. But yeah, bless him. He was meant to be home at 4:30. 4 hours later, he's still there. He's been there since, what, 8 o'clock? No, 8:30 this morning. So he's going to be tired when he gets home. Anyway, we're here. We made it on. So that's all that matters. Because I was worrying about that. I was like, oh, but it's fine. We're here. So, what's new? Emails wise, everybody should have an email from me if you was waiting on one. I actually went back through a couple of people. I actioned the email, but I didn't actually reply. And those of you who I said that in the email to you yourselves, I do apologise for that. So I sort of went back and scoured everything to make sure that I had got back to absolutely everybody. Aaron, oh yeah, no, he's fine. It's there's something's happened at work, and he's the guy who's the only guy who can fix it. That's his job. So he just has to stay there. No, I think he wants to stay there until it's done. He's that kind of person. He doesn't like leaving somewhere until something's done. All the new stock is now on the website. It is available to purchase from everybody. So that's in the new in section. We still have our Easter treats today. I completely forgot to do the numbers. I actually slotted out the time to do the numbers this afternoon, and as you can tell, I've been running around like crazy, so I haven't managed to redo the numbers. So hopefully you can still see the post-its with 1, 2 and 3. It will have to do. Oh, right. I've posted an order list. Where's my itchy thing? I've posted an order list on the page, so hopefully if you have ordered, you can see whereabouts you are. I think I've got one more to add on here. I have. And if you would like to order, there is still space available for today. And we have all oysters available, which is something I'm so happy about. Oh, and last thing, just a reminder, we are not live Sunday, Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're live today, and the next live after today is next Friday. So the monthly charm deal, which is normally opened on the first Wednesday of the month, is opening on the second Wednesday. Those of you who've booked in so far have been emailed this, but just letting everybody know. Okay, I think that's everything. As always, if I remember anything a little bit later, I'll shout it out as well. Oh, let's move those out of the way. Okay, so let's put that one. Sorry, these are my display cards ready to show any jewellery we may have. Perfect. Up first today then is Renee Hall. Renee, are you here? I think I'll feel better when I get back in the swing. Oh, I hope he's had a good day, Jess. Wow, Rachel, 7 months. Thank you, my lovely. Currently looking for Renee Hall. Renee, are you here? If anyone can see Renee, please comment on her comment. It will bring it forward so I can see. And if Renee, you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. Let me refresh the comments as we go. So last call for Renee Hall. If not, we'll move on, and then I can of course add her back in again, but to the end of the order list if she comes on. Where can I put this? Sorry, I'm gonna have to have my phone on view for me, just in case the kids need me. Can I put it here? Sorry, I'm just gonna try pop it where I can see it. If I don't normally have it because it doesn't really matter, but just have it there. See if that works. So if you hear a buzz, again, I apologise. Oh, okay. So I haven't seen Renee, so let's move on. If she comes on, we will add her in again, but it will be to the end of the order list. Okie dokie, that means up next today is Julie McLaughlin. Julie, are you here? Julie, hello. Bless you, Sarah. Thank you. So, Julie, you have got an oyster opening, but you've got Easter treats as well. So what we'll do is we'll open your Easter treat and then we'll add your oyster opening on to the end and do it all together, if that's okay with you. If so, you have got a chick Easter treat, which is the earrings. So with your chick, I'll need you to pick chick number 1, chick number 2, or chick number 3. Which one would you like? Number 2, so straight in the middle here. And let's go straight down so you can see him. Okay, if we open him up, There's the earrings there. Oh, I like these ones. Okay, so these are the, I believe they're called the ribbon twist earrings. Okay, so they are, of course, they're 925 silver. They are hook back earrings. Okay, so hook back earrings, and these are the ribbon twist. Now your pearls would definitely need to go on these ones. You can see this little chain that's hanging down the middle with the pin there. So that means your pearl hangs in the center. Now if I actually pull this bit away, you can see that your pearl would still be hanging there. So it's all going to be dangling and moving around separately. Now these ribbon twists actually come down and curve around. So they do have a little bit of width to them as well with the curvature of the earrings themselves. So I hope you're happy with those, Julie. Love them. Perfect. Now, if I bring you back up again, you get 2 oyster openings with those. So they need to be from the surprise bag here. And then you've got your other oyster opening as well. So with your other oyster opening, we'll open it and see what happens. With your other oyster opening, what type of oyster would you like? Mystery and donate the shells. Okay, so mystery oyster is this one. Perfect. Let's get these open for you. Potential stinker. I know. Let's open that one first, because, and it's only saying that because I'm not happy with it. It's got some liquid at the bottom there, and it's not very vacuum sealed. That's why I think it's a potential stinker. Let's just try it. Okay, it's not overly. Oh, I know, Kirsty, it's anticipation. Those who know me know that I have a very expressive nose. It sounds so strange, but Aaron can know what mood I'm in by the state of which my nostrils are flared, apparently. So yeah, I have a very expressive nose. Right, let's go down. We'll do your 2 surprise oysters first, and then we'll do your mystery oyster afterwards. Okay, so in here, surprise oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in your first surprise oyster and first oyster of the night, you are cording. There's no more in that one. So if I dry these up for you. Okay, so from your first oyster, you have got a dark grape purple, slightly two-tonal there. You've got a two-tonal lavender lilac, so darker there and then lighter there, so two-tonal colourings. You've then got this gorgeous bright coral and Oh, a two-tonal forest green and silver. So forest green and then silvery green back to the forest green. So gorgeous quad colours to start with there, Julie. Moving on to the surprise oyster number 2. Now this is the one which I was questioning. There's one side. Oh, and the other side. And in here, oh wow, look at him. I mean, he is a gorgeous blue. Absolutely stunning TARDIS blue here. Really pearlescent blue in itself. Sorry, I'm just going to get this focused. It was focused and then it sort of went out as soon as I brought the blue in. Stunning blue there. And then moving on to your last oyster, Julie, which is your mystery oyster. Quite a nice louder deep pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see 2 pearls right at the top, 1, 2, and 3. And there's no more in that one. You have got triples. So 3 oysters, 8 pearls, Julie. Let me dry these up as well for you, and we'll go through the colours and then we can work out what you would like to do. So I'm actually just going to pop them in here so I can move this kitchen towel. There we go. We have got a two-tonal apple green, so you can definitely see the lighter and brighter areas with the apple green there. You've got a two-tonal chocolate, so again lighter and darker chocolate areas. And then you've got a forest green. So altogether from the top you've got a grape purple, two-tonal lilac and lavender purple, a coral, a two-tonal silver and forest green, blue, two-tonal apple green, two-tonal chocolate and a forest green. So if I run this through the board for you, the grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The lilac and lavender purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the two-tonal silver and green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And then the two-tonal green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Two-tonal chocolate's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And last but not least, the forest green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Excuse me. Is it possible to match the blue? Possibly. There may be a wait to match the blue. If you don't mind waiting, then I can definitely pop you on the waiting list, or to definitely go through and have a look. But I do think there would be a wait to match this blue, because it's a very pearlescent blue. I don't know how else to describe it. If you would prefer not to wait, would there be a different colour that you would like? You can of course swap any of these pearls if you're not happy with them. No, not that long a list, Savannah, my lovely. The apple green and forest green. Okay, I'm assuming it's the forest green, which is the non-two-tonal one. So we've kept the two-tonal one here. If that's wrong, please let me know. And what did we say? Bright watermelon. Let me just find two which are the same size for you. Can you just confirm, will you be happy with those? So I've taken the forest green and the apple green away and added in the two bright watermelons which would go on the jewellery. Is that correct, Julie? Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'm just writing this down for you. And popping your loose pearls in here as well. Okay, so Julie, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. I've still got the funky kitchen towel, which has got like extra tails on, so I don't understand, like it's got the extra tails on. I don't think you guys can see, but it's driving me crazy. Julie, you're very, very welcome. Up next today is Wendy Evans. Wendy, are you here? Currently looking for Wendy Evans. Now Wendy, I can see you, that's perfect. Wendy, you've got 2 oyster openings altogether. So what 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Not a problem, Cindy, I have added you to the order list, my lovely. Thank you, Charlotte. Where did I get it from? No, sometimes it says on the bottom of them. I don't know. I can't remember if this one was a gift from Aaron or not. To be fair, most likely Tesco's. Tesco's is a large supplier of my mugs. So yeah, possibly Tesco's. But I can't be guaranteed on that one, I'm afraid. Mystery and donate. Perfect. That's exactly it, Leanne. Possibly Tesco's. So 1 and 2 mystery oysters. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for at all, Wendy? So let me get these open. one of them is a clapper. So let's go down and you can see. So this one here, I don't think you can see yet. If I just open it up, it is open. So it's, oh, and I can see a pearl in there. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's get him open. Just means that I don't need to pop him. There's the mother of pearl. And in here, you've got a gorgeous bright watermelon right on the side there. Let me have a squidge in here as well. There's no more in that one. So your first pearl out is a watermelon. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Softer pop there. And here's your mother of pearl. If we have a squidge in here, oh wow, that is a huge pearl there. And there's no more in that one. So you have got an absolutely huge dark gunmetal grey, but I do believe that he's got that hint of purple to him. But just a hint. Can you see that as I move it? Just a hint of dark purple. So watermelon and then a larger dark purple. What do you think to these? Now, of course, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. If you're not happy, I can, of course, swap them for you. Okay, so let me run them through the board. The watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the purple, or the gunmetal grey purple, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Oh, I so thought he was going to be bigger than that then, because he looks absolutely huge. Wendy, though, what do you think? Can you have them on lobster clasps? Of course you can, if I just bring you back up. Let me write this down. Okay, that invoice for the lobster fittings will get sent across for you over the weekend, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. If I pop these in here and on here. So Wendy, thank you as well for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And again, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. You're very, very welcome. Up next then today is Kelly Burns. Kelly, are you here? Oh, I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear the rain? It's been raining on and off all day, and it's gotten really heavy throughout the day as well. So yeah, you might be able to hear. It relaxes me so much when it rains when I'm in here. Yeah, you might be able to hear the rain. Kelly, hello. And your daughters Lucy and Evie are there as well. Hello guys, hello, hello, hello. So you guys have got a 25 pearl oyster today. I'm just going to pop you on this screen because they're just behind me. I just want to reach them. So I'm still here. They're behind my magic curtain thing. My twinkling curtain. Wendy, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. Okay, so you guys have got a 25 pearl oyster. Now, just to confirm, it was one of these ones. Was that correct? Have you not, Leanne? Perfect day to pop on then. Yes, okay. So, would you guys like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? I'm just opening it up, sorry. And is there certain colours that you're hoping for? Let's go straight down. So 25 pearl oyster. I'm just going to wait a second just to see. What you'd like to do with the shells. Oh, it's just to show Sarah that I'm not, I mean, I literally can't see what's in them. But yeah, it's just habit to not look in the bag when you dive in a bag. It's one of the, yeah, it's just a habit. Okay, so you'd like to keep the shells and you love all the rainbow colours, but we're loving the watermelon colours tonight. The watermelons are stunning, so I don't blame you there. Right, let's get him open and to keep your shells. So, now my aim when I open them is to always see if I can open it without any spilling out. So let's see if we can do that. Oh, I don't know. Very, very. This pearl's right at the front here. Okay, so I'm just going to pop him down. See if we can. Oh, look at these. Oh, wow. Oh, no, we've got an escapee. Okay, so there is your mother of pearl top half. I'm going to pop it to the side. I'll clean it up afterwards. Now we did have one escapee. I'll just pop it down the front and then we can see lots of, oh, is it going to focus? Lots of other colours in and around the shell there. Oh, yep, that's why my hand's there to catch. Okay, so let's start having a squidge in here. Oh, I just love how they cascade out of the, oh, one down the front. So we just have a squidge around here. Okay, and there's no more in that one. So just before I clean them up, I'm just going to count the pearls through. So we've got 2 down the front here already. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25 pearls there. Okay, oh, let's move this back. So I'm just going to clean your shells up and then we're going to go through your pearls for you. Now what I normally do is I normally measure the largest and the smallest pearls at the end. If you would prefer me to measure them all instead, that's absolutely fine. But if you let me know at the start, because then I'll measure them as we go through the colours. If you're happy with the largest and smallest, then I'll measure them at the end once they're in the sand. Sorry, I'm just, there we go. Okie dokie. Measure largest and smallest is fine. Perfect. So Kelly, Lucy and Evie, let's start drying these up for you. What I then do is I pop them in the sand. I will do the darkest towards the top of the sand and then the lightest towards the bottom of the sand. And then that way we just get to see the difference in the colours as well, because the darker colours, we can see the, say for example, if you've got two dark greens, well, if they're next to each other, we can see the colours more clearly opposed to if it was next to, say, a white and a yellow, if that makes sense. So, pearl number 1, if we started with the darkest ones, would be this one here. Now, he looks like a black to me, so starting with a black there. You've then got now this one does have a hint of green in them. Sorry, sometimes I have to bring it closer for me to have a look as well. So this one does have a hint of green, very dark still, but hopefully you can see that green there. I can actually see a few darker greens. So this one's another dark green. This one's more of a darker forest green. Your next pearl is again another darker green. So a few, 3 different shades of dark green there. Hopefully you can see the greens. And I said green as an example earlier, but that was the good colour to choose. You've then got a 2-tonal chocolate. So hopefully you can see here the lighter and the darker tones of the chocolate as we come through the pearl. Your next pearl is a black cherry. So black cherries are very dark burgundy, is a darker shade of the burgundy reds moving into the black cherries. So it's very dark. You can sort of see that hint of red in there. Very deep, dark black cherry there. Next to him, you've got a slightly lighter black cherry, and this one's 2-tonal, so he does have he does have lighter and darker areas to him. He looks a lot lighter because he's next to the first one. However, I would still call him a black cherry over the burgundy red. Okay. Moving on to our purples. This one here is a dark grape purple and silver. So you can see it's definitely a base silver tone, and he's got a grape purple overtone to him. Next to him is a 2-tonal silver and purple again, but this one's more half and half. So this half is silver, and then, let me just readjust how I'm holding him. So one half silver, the other half purple. I don't think, there's the purple. I don't think it's showing up on the camera as clearly, but it is half grape purple, half silver. And then the last of the dark pearls, this one is another grape purple. So again, quite a nice dark deep shade, but you can definitely see the difference between the silver grape purple and the grape purple. Okay, so dark pearls there, but because they're next to each other, you get to actually see the different shades in the pearls. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so if we carry on, let's carry on with our purples. So this is a brighter grape purple. So we can definitely see the difference between them now. So the brighter grape purple here. You then have got a lavender purple. Slightly 2-tonal with lighter and brighter areas. You've got a 2-tonal lavender and lilac, more lilac pearl, so you can see slightly darker but definitely more of the lighter lilac purple colour, so that transitions into that shade quite nicely. And then we've got a pinkle. So a pinkle is a pink but with a purple overtone. He's also 2-tonal in himself, so he's got lighter and brighter pink areas, so that gives you 2 different shades of pink and then the purple over the top of all of them. So gorgeous 2-tonal pinkle. Then moving through to our blues, we've got a bright, bold, icy blue. and then a darker Pepsi blue. We've then got a gorgeous sea green. Look at him, so he's lighter and then darker as you go around the pearl, so he is slightly two-tonal as well there. And then a bright two-tonal apple green, so lighter pastel green moving into the brighter apple green shade. You've got a lemon yellow and a bridal white. You've got a pastel gold, which is also two-tonal, just slightly, so lighter there, brighter there. So you can see the slight two-tonal markings with him. And then you've got a brighter gold. So this one's definitely, again, lighter and brighter areas, but the brighter areas are a lot brighter than the first one. You then do have a watermelon. It's not one of our bright, bold watermelons, but it's one of our pinky, lighter watermelon shades. And then we're going to end with two corals. So this is the brighter of the two corals. And then you've got a slightly lighter coral as well. Okay, Kelly, what do you think to these? If you're happy with these shades, that's perfect. If you're not happy with them, we can of course swap them for you. Now I'm just going to bring you, put these down so I can have a look for the largest and the smallest here. Excuse me. Okay, so if we have a look for the visually smallest first, I would possibly say the silver, half purple. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the Pepsi blue, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. So your smallest is a 6.5. And then the largest, we'll try the two-tonal grape purple and silver. Is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Not a 6.5, he's a 7. The brighter red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the sea green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. So the smallest is a 6.5. The largest is a 7.5, I believe it was. Can you swap the watermelon for a brighter one? Of course you can. Let's go for this one here, and then I'll hold him up so you can see and let me know if that shade is okay. So I've taken away that watermelon there, and I've added in the bright bold one in the centre of the bottom line. Are you happy with that? And also, are you happy with the rest of the colours here as well? Are you happy with all of those? That's lovely. So I'm just going to bring you up. Just confirm, are you happy with everything there? I'm going to leave them in the sand just for a second, just to just to make sure you're happy. And I'm writing the name on your shells as well. It's a great selection of colours. We are very happy. Perfect. Okay, so I hope all three of you will be happy once they arrive as well. Let's pop them in here. There we go. I've wrapped up the shells as well for you. Okay, so Kelly, Lucy and Evie, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Can you email me for some fittings? Of course you can. If I make a note here that you're going to email me for fittings, if you change your mind and then prefer to just have them all loose, that's absolutely fine, but email me either way. So as soon as I write a note, it won't get sent out until you email me, either with the fittings or just saying that you'd like them loose. Is that okay? Linda, hello, good evening. Perfect. Okay, so that's safe up there for you, Kelly. And again, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, perfect. And up next then today is Rachel Jones. Rachel, are you here? Really? Thank you, Mariva. Is it Mariva? I hope I pronounced that right. Good morning, Beverly. Rachel, hello, hello, hello. Rachel, you've got 7 oyster openings and then at Easter treats as well. So if it's okay with you, we'll open up the Easter treats and then we'll do all of your openings together at the end, and then that way all your pearls will be together, and you can choose which ones you'd like where, if that's okay with you. So we've got, with your Easter treats, you have got a chick, which is earrings. So I'll need to know if you'd like to have chick number 1, chick number 2 or chick number 3. So 1, 2 or 3. Crazy. Leave. Sorry. Chick number 3. Okay, so let's go straight down to open him up. Oh, ugh, ugh, sorry, ugh. That noise. Sorry if that sets anyone else off as well. It's like chalk and chicken. Sorry. It was like chalk on a chalkboard. That's what I was meant to say. Oh, it sends me off, that does. Okay, so your earrings. Let's pop these in here. Now these are stud back earrings. Okay, so stud back earrings, and look at these. So these are like a longer kite design. There we go. So the kite itself is encrusted with zircon crystals, and your pearls dangle from the bottom here. Now I'm just going to reposition how I'm holding these, just because I think with my black gloves you're going to be able to see them possibly slightly better if it can focus. There we go. And then your pearls will be dangling from the bottom. Okay, so I hope you're happy with those. So they come with obviously your 2 oyster openings there. So those are the 2 surprise oysters. You've then got 7 other oysters. So what 7 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? 1 and 2. What 7 oysters would you like? Thank you, Shrad. Mystery donut shells, and please see, we're going to see what colours come out. Okay, so 7 mystery. Will they all fit on my tray? 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7. I'll double check those. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5, 6 and 7. So let me get these open. So donating the shells, and we're going to wait to see what colours come out. Perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to open the 2 surprise oysters first, and then we'll move on to your mystery oysters. Oh, running out of room. Let me just move those guys up a bit. Okay, there we go. So let's go down. So surprise oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. And straight away with your surprise oyster, oh, you are, oh, don't think it. It landed on my keyboard. There we go. You are twinning. So there's no pearls on that side. And there we go there. There's no more in that one. You are twinning with your first one. Now these are slightly different. You've got this one here, which is visually larger than his twin. He's slightly two-tone. We're brighter there, lighter there, but only just. His twin has got these darker blue markings on him. Now they almost look like swirls. So lighter and then brighter areas there. That one is gorgeous markings on that one. So icy blue twins. Surprise oyster number 2. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, you are twinning for a second time, Rachel. There's no more in that one. Now, straight away with these, they are definitely different sizes. Okay, so you've got a larger and smaller bright autumn peach, so you can definitely see the different sizes there. I'll be very interested to see what size that autumn peach is, because he does look, again, quite a larger sized pearl. If we then move on to your mystery oysters, so mystery oyster number 1, softer pop there. And in here, there's a little bit of flesh on that side, but we can see there's no pearls there. And again, Rachel, your third set of twinning. And these ones are dark grape purple twins. There's no more in that one. So if I dry these up, again, it does look like they are slightly different sizes. but there's definitely not as big of a size difference in these two. So the larger one's just on this outer edge here, but gorgeous deep shade of dark grape purple there. Moving on to your next oyster, you've got a softer pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see a large dark chocolate pearl there. There's no more in that one. Quite a rich, deep chocolate tone, that one. Again, a very good size, but I still think that that autumn peach is larger. We've got 5 oysters left, so moving on to your mystery oyster. Lighter double pop. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. Now, I think that that one there is more than one. You have got triples. 3 sets of twins, 1 single pearl, and now triple pearls as well. So if I dry these ones up for you. Oh, look at these colours. This one is a mottled darker gunmetal grey. So I don't know if you can see, but he's got this gorgeous lighter mottled marking to him. You've got a candy floss pink and a blurple as well. So mottled darker gunmetal grey, candy floss pink and a blurple. I've extended this line here just because we've still got 4 oysters to go, so I want enough room at the bottom here for the rest of your pearls as well. Moving on to your next oyster. Again, quite a nice louder pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And in here, I can see that you're twinning 1 and 2. And if we have a squidge, there's no more in that one. Now, these two are a dark, deep purple. So they're not the same shade as your grape purples from earlier. They are slightly darker. These twins, again, are different sizes visually. I'm going to pop them under the grape purples so we can see that they are different shades of purple. Sorry, I'm just getting it focused for you. Yes, blurple is a mix between blue and purple. Okay, moving on to your next oyster. Again, quite a nice louder pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And in here I can definitely see 2 different colours. And you've got very similar colours triple to what you had before. You've got triples for a second time. Just going to change this kitchen towel just because it's starting to get quite wet, but if I just pop these here I can show you the colours. So again, I would say this one is more of a bolder, darker gunmetal grey, so I'm going to pop them underneath. This one's a purple, I believe it was, or a pinkle, so it's 2-tonal pink, and then you can see purple there, so candy floss pink on this side, and then it's got that pinkle purple shade over the top there. And then again, you've got another blurple. So a blurple is a mix between a blue and a purple there. Okay, moving on to your last 2 oysters. softer pop there. Oh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. Now this oyster flesh looks very green. I can see a green down the front here, and you've got 2 greens in this one, and there's no more in that one. You are quadding. You have got so many pearls. I love it. So in these ones, look at him. Okay, so this one is a 2-tonal gold, so slightly different shade difference with the lighter and the brighter areas. You've got 2 gorgeous sea greens, so sea green number 1 and then sea green number 2. And then you've got a pink, which has got a splash of green on him, so pink and then a splash of green there. So pink and green 2-tonal pearl. Okay, and then moving on to your last oyster. You've got a lighter pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And in here, there's no more in that one. So here's a silver purple. Oh, and chocolate. So silver, purple and chocolate in this one. So if we go round. Silver, see, chocolate, silver and purple. Okay, so let's see if I can remember all of these that came out then. So twinning icy blue with a 2-tonal icy blue as well. Twinning autumn peaches with 1 larger, 1 smaller autumn peach. Twinning grape purple twins here. You've got a single dark chocolate and a triple 2-tonal gunmetal grey with mottled areas, a pink and a blurple. You've then got twinning dark purples here. You've got triple gunmetal grey, 2-tonal pinkle and blurple, and then you've got a quadding gold, sea green and pink and green, and then a single silver chocolate and purple. Rachel, I'll need to know which ones you'd like on your earrings and then which one you'd like on your jewellery as well. Of course, if you're not happy with any of these colours, you can swap them. And if you would like to take a screenshot and email me the colours at a later date, that's absolutely fine as well. So I'm very happy to do it now, but if you'd like some time, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to start measuring them and then you can you email me? Yes, of course. So if I just hold this up a second, let me get it refocused. If you take a screenshot of these and then if you email me with your 5-digit order invoice number and then of course what colours you'd like where or what colours you'd like to swap out, then we can do that for you. So I'm just going to hold that there just so you can get a screenshot. And of course, if you take the timestamp of the live, you'll be able to come back and re-watch the live as well if you'd prefer to. If I start measuring them, icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. 2-tonal icy blues, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The large autumn peach. It's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. Oh, he does go through the 8.5. Oh, I thought he was going to be a 9. So he's not an 8. And then he does go very easily through the 8.5. Oh, I thought he was bigger. And then his twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. Grape twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Grape twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. They're measuring different sizes there. The chocolate single pearls, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And triple mottled pearl is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Triple pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7. Sorry, he is a 7.5. And triple blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. Twinning dark purple twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Now measuring different sizes there. Triple number 2 black is, gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Two tonal pinkles not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's 7.5. And the blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. The quadding two tonal golds not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The sea green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Sea green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the green with pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Then the three tonal chocolate, silver and purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the twins in a bag together. The two single pearls in a bag together. And then triple number 1, triple number 2, and then the quads. And then that way, when you email me, I will know what pearls are where. Okay. So let's just pop this on here. So as a reminder, I'll need to definitely know what 2 pearls you'd like on your earrings. And then, of course, what pearl you'd like on your item of jewellery that you ordered. You're very, very welcome, Rachel. Okay, thank you as well for the donations with your shells. And that's safe at there for you. You can tell as I go, I gain speed. As I get comfortable, I just gain speed as I go. I start off quite slowly, but yeah, I get quite impressed. To be fair, you get very comfortable when you say something. So I've measured now for years. So saying those words in a row, I'm very comfortable with. So I can now say them faster and faster. Okay. Up next then today is Cindy Brown. Cindy, are you here? Wendy, good night, my lovely. Thank you for joining us today. I'm just going to pop some of my lip stuff on just because I've got really sore bottom lip at the moment. There we go. I thought I lost the dog then, but no, he's okay. He hid. Over 6. It was 6 years in November, Lisa. It's been a long time. Cindy, hello. Donate the shells. Perfect. Now you've got 2 Easter treats. You've got a bunny and a chick. So the bunny is a pendant and the chick is earrings. So if we open both sets of jewellery first, then we can do your oyster openings all together at the end, if that's okay. So if we pick your bunny first, so the bunny is the pendant. Would you like bunny number 1, bunny number 2, or bunny number 3? Thank you, Lisa. I'm extremely proud. Cindy, bunny number 2. Okay, so I'm not going to open him. I'm just going to hold him here for a second. So with your chick, would you like chick number 1, chick number 2, or chick number 3? Number 3. Okay. Whoop. So let's go down. We'll open up Bunny first because we chose him first. So, oh, oh, now my glove's stuck. Jumped down the front there. Okay, so this one's got a piece of paper in, and that's just to tell me the name of the item that's on the website. Okay, so this one is a pendant, as you chose the bunny, and it's called the Dragon's Perch Pendant. Now, this one has been on the website, and it is quite a stunning statement piece. Look at him. So he does have oxidized silver on him as well, which is that darker silver areas, just to give him that extra bit of detail. So this is called the Dragon's Perch Pendant, because as you can see, he is perched on this I don't know what to call it. I want to say ball, but obviously it's not a ball. Now with this one, you can choose to have your pearl on or off the jewellery. If you have it on the jewellery, it actually hangs from his tail here. So it dangles at the bottom of his tail. Or you can keep your pearl loose and keep the pendant as it is. He is stunning though. So I hope you're happy with that one. It's quite a weighty piece, this one as well. And then your earrings. Okay, so they've popped out down the bottom here. Now these are, oh, I love that. Okay, so these are hoop earrings. These are the same size as the star hoop earrings and the heart hoop earrings like I'm wearing today. However, they are the plain ones, which means your pearl hangs on the bottom here, and then they are hoops. So they're thread through hoops, so you thread them all the way through, and then your pearls dangle at the front here. So if I just bring you up just to show you what I'm wearing these exact earrings. My ones have got a heart on, but if my heart wasn't there, you'd just have the pearl and then the hoop. So that's what, so these ones are actually a new style, which I've chosen to keep plain and will be going on the website as they are, because I think that they are then showcasing the pearl beautifully. So Cindy, I hope you're happy with these. Your pearl obviously does need to go on them, and they hang at the front there in those loops. Okay, so that means that they come with 2 oysters there. So you've got 3 oyster openings altogether. You've said to donate your shells. Is there certain colours? Oh, 3 straight away. Is there certain colours you're hoping for? Let's get these open. Thank you, Linda. I just thought when I was I just thought I love them on their own without the other item, like the other stars or the hearts on there. So I thought, why not just have them on their own? Because it does, especially if you've got like a larger pearl on there, it would just showcase them beautifully. Right, let's go down and we're going to wait and see the colours, Cindy. Okay. Oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Oh, and in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with like a violet pinkle kind of colour. Now these do look like they're slightly different sizes. But they're that pink with that slight purple overtone to them. I mean, I'll get it focused and I'll go around each of the pearls. So the one on this side is the visually larger of the two. Okay, so the visually larger one does have slightly more purple to him actually, and is slightly two-tonal. The visually smaller one I'd say is more of the solid colour, but does have that slight purple overtone as well. So beautiful pinkle, almost violet toned pearls there. Moving on to oyster number 2. Oh, there's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a second time, Cindy, and you're twinning with autumn peach pearls. Now again, they do look like they're different shades of autumn peach. We've definitely got a darker shade and then a lighter one as well. But they do look like they're very, very similar in sizes with these two. There we go. So you've got a darker and a lighter autumn peach. I just keep looking at those top two. How stunning are they? And then moving on to your last oyster, my lovely. So in here, there's one side and the other side. And you're quadding. You have got 4 pearls in your last oyster. Okay, so in here you've got a candy floss pink, an icy blue, a gold, and a TARDIS blue. Cindy, what do you think to all of these? Now, of course, if you're happy with these, I'll need to know which ones you'd like on the earrings. And then with the pendant, you can choose whether you'd like to have a pearl on or off the pendant there. So that's completely up to you. If, of course, you'd like to swap any of these, we can do that for you as well. I'd need to know which ones you'd like to swap out and then, of course, which colours you'd like to swap in as well. But I hope you're happy with them. If I run them through the board for you, the two-tonal pinkle violet pearl, number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Pearl number 2, his twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they are measuring slightly different sizes with those two. Twin number 2, the lighter of the autumn peaches, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the brighter of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. So they're actually measuring the same size, although they are slightly different size, shades of colour. And then your quadding oyster, the candy floss pink, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5 as well. What do you think to these? So I'll need to know which two on the earrings, and then with the pendant it's completely up to you if you'd like to have a pearl on there or to keep the pearl loose. I don't want to jinx it, but I can't believe how good my dogs are being. They're literally just curled up sleeping. It's unheard of. Must have tired them out. Can you have the pink or violets on the earrings and swap the pink for a dark green for the dragon? Oh, of course we can. Dark green. Dark green. That one screamed to me straight away, just because he's quite a nice larger size. Or we'll go for that one just because it's slightly lighter. So I've given, let me show you two greens here, Cindy. So these are both dark greens. They're slightly different shades of green. As you can see, this one is green, but he's quite dark, and this one's more of an olivey dark green. Would you like number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? So I've taken away the pink. Number 2. Perfect. Okay, let me bring you back up and I'll write this down for you. The pinkles on those earrings are going to be stunning, because not only does it showcase the pearl, that colour is very eye-catching. So it's going to sort of draw the person in who's looking at you. You pop these on here, then I'm just going to write that down. Oh, need staples. So we're going to have green on there and pinkles on there. Cindy, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. You do? Oh my gosh. Yes, Cindy, you do. And who else had one today? Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so sorry. Let me pull you down. And then there was Rachel Jones. Are you still here? Let me have a look. And Julie. Oh my gosh. How silly am I? Okay. Julie and Rachel, are you guys still here? Cindy, let's do yours first. Cindy, you get a dive in of these codes on each Easter treat you get. So you've had 2 Easter treats. Let's dive in for your codes. Thank you for reminding me. So there's your first one. It's in my hand at the top. I will do, Kelly. Julie, I'll do yours in a moment. I'm so sorry. I it's even here. Okay, so Cindy, your 2 codes are a £2 Oh, there we go. £2 off code and a £10 off code. So, Cindy, that's £12 altogether. Would you like them as two separate codes, or would you like them combined to make a £12 code? So, £12. Would you like them combined, or would you like them as the two separate codes? I jinxed it with the dog. Combined, perfect. So that code will get emailed across for you over the weekend, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Okay, again, thank you, Cindy, for reminds me about those. But I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. You're very, very welcome. Julie, we'll do yours up next then, just because I've seen you. I haven't seen Rachel. So Julie, you've got one Easter treat, so you get one code. So Julie McLaughlin, this is your one. Let me just mix them around. Lisa, please pop me an email over with the code, and I'll double check it, because it should definitely be working. So yeah, just pop me an email back and I'll check it for you. Okay, so in here, Julie, you have got a £3 off code for the website. Now these codes, they should work straight away, and they don't have an expiry date at all, so you can hold on to it and spend it in the future if you would like to order in the future. So Julie, you'll also get your £3 off code over the weekend. It will get sent to the email address that's on the order form. Lisa, just reply to my email or email me with the order number, and I'll just double check everything again for you. Julie, you're very, very welcome. What I'm going to do for Rachel Jones is I'm going to pull one out for Rachel now. Then when I email her, I'll tell her that we did it, because I don't want her to miss out, because I haven't seen her, so she may have popped off. So we're going to do her one anyway, so she still definitely gets it. So this one here is for Rachel Jones. Okay, so let's go down. What does that say? That says £1 off code. So Rachel, you're going to get a £1 off code, my lovely. So I hope you're happy with that. And again, that will get emailed across for you over the weekend. Now the money off codes go from £1 all the way through to £12 off. So there's a large difference in the codes themselves. And it's completely pot luck. The codes, when they come out on that live, they get popped in the pot here, so they don't go back in again until the following live. So yeah, so it's quite cool. It doesn't impact, as in the amount that comes out, they go to the side, so then it's always going to be a different, it may be the same amount, but there's only a certain amount of each amount. Does that make sense? I've made it so confusing like that. So up next today, I'm just going to take a breath. Oh, up next today is Savannah Summers. Savannah, are you here? Rafiki, good boy, go lay down. Good boy, go lay down. Good boy. I think he wants to stretch his legs. Oh, bless them. Savannah, hello. So Savannah, you have got a quadding oyster, and you've got an oyster opening as well. So I've just leaned down and got the quadding oyster bag. Which other oyster would you like? So you've got mystery, Nunu, expand the rainbow, or normal. Jackie, oh my gosh. I mean, that's amazing, Jackie. You feel free to tell your story in the comments if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to. But that is, oh, I'm going to well up. That is so amazing. Savannah, mystery oyster. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And is there certain colours that you're hoping for? We'll start with your mystery oyster, and then this one down the front is your quadding oyster. So, mystery oyster. You've got a lighter pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. Donate the shells and we'll wait to see the colours. Okay, so straight away I can see this bright blurple, I believe. He is a blurple. So blurple is a mix between blue and purple. Now this one I think is going slightly more onto the blue side, but I can see purple in him in some shades. So look at him. You can definitely see the blues and the purples just in certain lights, and some days if you wore that you'd see some days blue, some days purple. Quite a nice larger pearl, that one. And then moving on to your quadding oyster. So there's one side and the other side, and in here 1, 2, 3 and 4. And there's no more in that one. So with your quadding oyster, let me dry these up for you. Jackie, that is amazing news. So happy for you. Savannah, you've got a TARDIS blue, an icy blue, a two-tonal gold. I'll show you the two-tonalness of the gold in just a second. And let me just clean this one slightly more. A black cherry. So TARDIS blue, icy blue. The gold is lighter and brighter areas here. And then a black cherry as well. What do you think to these, my lovely? So I'm looking for one colour for your jewellery. If you're happy with these colours, that's perfect. If you're not happy, I can of course swap these for you for a different colour. Now if we run them through the board, the blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. TARDIS blues, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7 as well. Oh, can we swap the TARDIS blue for a dusky light pink for the jewellery? Let me have a look down here. I've gone more for a natural pink colour, just because this is what I see a dusky pink as. However, if this is not the shade you're thinking of, a small one, let me pop that one then and let me see if there's a slightly smaller one. Then I'll grab a different shade for you. Oh. Just quickly looking just to see if I've got oh, that colour's perfect. Okay, so let me hold that one up. I was just looking for another one. Is that one okay? Nay, of course you can. And hello. Of course you can, my lovely. That's perfect. Okay, so you'd like the dusky pink, which that is from our natural pinks pot, which is quite good to know. So you'd like the natural pink on the jewellery, and then your other 4 as your loose pearls. Just confirm for me if that's all correct, my lovely. Yes, and you're very, very welcome. Okay, that's safe on there for you. Savannah, I hope you're happy with that, my lovely. Thank you for the donations with your shells. And of course, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Pink on the jewellery. Perfect. Okay, up next then today is Lisa Johnson. Lisa, are you here? Why isn't my clock showing my time anymore? I want it to show the time because I can't see the time and it's not showing the time. Okay. Sorry. I've got a clock next to me because I can't, because of my box where the bags are for the pearls to go into, covers the clock on the computer screen, so I can never see the time there. So yeah, we've got 2 people on the order list for the rest of the evening so far. There is still space available if anybody would like to order, but yes, we've got Lisa and then Renee on the order list. Lisa, hello, hello, hello. Let me mark off that you're here. So Lisa, you have got an Easter treat and you've chosen a pendant, which is the bunny. So I'll need to know, would you like to have bunny number 1, bunny number 2, or bunny number 3? What do you think? One, 2, or 3? Can you have number 3? Of course you can. So that's this one here. Let's go straight down so we can open him up for you. Oh, jumped out the back there. So it's this one here. Again, it's got a piece of paper in it, and that's just so I can see what it's called. So this one is called the Perfect Match Pendant. Now this one comes with 2 oyster openings, okay, and it is actually built so you can wear it on the same pendant, or you can choose to give half of the pendant to somebody else. Okay, so you can wear them together or you can wear them with somebody else. Now it's called the Perfect Match pendant because, if I give it enough space, this is a, oh, it's really hard to do backwards, hang on. This is a love heart jigsaw piece necklace. So they do perfectly go together to make, it's really hard to show you just because when I tilt it forward it wants to drop. There we go. It makes a love heart all together. Then both hearts have got love hearts cut out pieces. So separately you can see that you've got the 2 halves of the heart. Now both of them have a pearl hanging from them, which will hang from the top here. However, you don't have to have pearls on the jewellery if you don't want to. You can keep the pendants as they are and keep the pearls loose, but you still get 2 oyster openings. And then, like I say, you can choose whether to keep both halves of the pendant, or you can choose to gift one to somebody else, so then they've got the other half of the heart. Sorry, that's harder to say. Okay, so 2 surprise oysters there, Lisa, and then it's up to you. You can, like I say, you can have the pearl on or off the jewellery. Just let me know what you prefer to do. So with your 2 surprise oysters, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And is there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1 and 2. Let's go down. Oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Donate the shells. Perfect, thank you. So in oyster number 1, we've got an autumn peach there. And there's no more in that one. So first oyster has given you quite a nice lighter but brighter autumn peach. It's like a subtle bright one. Does that make sense? So he is bright and bold. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like a subtle, there we go, subtle brighter pearl. And then moving on to your second oyster, which is again your surprise oyster. And in here, there's one side. Oh, and the other side, and you've got a runaway already. And you're twinning with bridal white twins there. And there's no more in that one. So these 2, we can definitely see that we've got one larger, one smaller twin. So one larger, one smaller bridal white twin. Lisa, what do you think to all of these? So it's your choice. You can have a pearl on or off the jewellery. And if you're not happy with these pearls, we can swap them for you. Okay, so I can swap the colours if you're not happy. Now, if I run them through the board, the autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Visually smaller bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then the visually larger bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he is a 7.5. What do you think? Good evening. Hello, Imogen. And hello to everybody new and old joining us today. Hello. So, with the pendant, would you like a pearl on each half, or would you like to keep it as it is? Can we swap the peach for a natural pink and the smaller white for another natural colour? Of course. So autumn peach and smaller white. Okay, what do you think to these two here? So I've taken away those two, and the pinks in the middle, your bridal whites on this side, then I've added in a lighter rose gold on that side there. Now, if you're happy with these three pearls, I'll need to know if you'd like some pearls on or off the jewellery. If on, obviously which two you would like on. It would be one on each half, I can't say it, one on each half of the heart. I don't know why I struggle with that. Or you don't have to have pearls on there. Sorry, completely lost my train of thought then. Two naturals on the pendant, of course you can. So we're going to have the pink and the rose gold on there. The bridal white is a natural coloured pearl as well, but I've assumed you've meant the two that I've swapped in for you. Okay, so you've got the pink and the peach on the jewellery. Let's pop this on here, and then this on here as well. And if I just write that down for you, so we've got natural pink and rose gold. Perfect. Lisa, I hope you're happy with that then, my lovely. And oh, you've got an Easter treat, so you get to have one of these. I nearly forgot again. Gosh. Okay, so diving in, let's mix them up, and we've got this one here. So let's go down. What does this say? You get a £2 off code. Again, I do apologise that these aren't backwards. I completely forgot when I made them. So £2 off code, my lovely. So that will get sent across for you over the weekend to the email address that's on the order form. You'll be able to use the code straight away, or you can hold on to it because it won't have an expiry date on there. Lisa, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives there, and I've popped that safely up there for you. Excuse me. The Easter treat I see in my last order says it's not valid. Yeah, somebody said earlier, Lisa. So what I'll say is, if you can email, so the email I sent you with the code, either reply back to that email or send me an email with the 5-digit order number, and then I'll redouble check the code, because it should be active as soon as it's sent to you. So it may be that it needs to be activated again. I don't know, but if you email me with the order number, I can then find the correct code and double check them for you. So I do apologise if it's not working, But yeah, definitely email me and I'll get it sorted for you. You're very, very welcome. Up next today is Renee Hall. Renee, are you here, my lovely? Nene, hello. Mystery, donate your shells. Perfect. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for at all today? So, mystery oyster. Let's go down. So, in here, you've got a softer pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And if we have a squidge in here, oh, there's 1 and 2. You are twinning. And you're twinning with lemon yellow twins here, Nene. Now, these lemon yellows, visually slightly different sizes here. I do think that they're going to be measuring at different sizes as well. So larger and then slightly smaller. Now, these are on the brighter side of the lemon yellows. I'd say they're not quite sunshine yellows, but they're definitely beautiful and bright lemon yellows. Now, I'm looking to see if you'd like to have one of your pearls on the jewellery. With that item of jewellery, you don't actually have to have a pearl on there if you don't want to, but the option is there. So if you would, which colour would you like on there? And of course, if you're not happy with these pearls, I can swap them for you. The visually smaller yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the visually larger yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Can you swap one for a red? Is this red to go onto the jewellery? The red on the jewellery. So that the reason I'm asking is because I do actually have, so about a year ago I pre-drilled, sorry, I've got my second mouse here, it's in the way, I'm just trying to move it, pop it there. I pre-drilled lots of pearls, so I've actually got a lot of pre-drilled red pearls here, which are brighter than the ones I've got available in my swaps at the moment. So if you're happy for me to use a pre-drilled one, which actually doesn't mean anything your end, just because I would have drilled it anyway, it means that I can go for a brighter red because I've got brighter reds available in this one than I have my swap pots. If you prefer a darker red, then of course I can go for one of the darker ones as well. I just thought I'd give you this option. I've also taken away the smaller of the yellows. So if you prefer that red's perfect, perfect. Are you happy for me to take away the smaller yellow, or would you prefer me to take away the larger yellow? And I'm glad you're happy with the red there. Just going to bring you up so I can write down we're going to have red on the jewellery and that it is pre-drilled. So red on there. Red is pre-drilled. Just make a note so when I process it through I don't go to drill it again. It doesn't matter with the extra pearl. Okay, so I'll take away the smaller one because then it just leaves you with the larger one, which is quite nice. Okay. Perfect. Nene then, I hope you're happy with that. And of course with everything once it arrives, and I've popped that safely up there for you. Okay. And up next then today is Kathy Rax. Kathy, are you here? Kathy. Hello, my lovely. So Kathy, you have got 2 Easter treats. What we'll do is we'll pick both your Easter treats. I'll show you both items of jewellery, and then we'll do all your oyster openings together at the end, if that's okay. So we'll do the bunny first, which is the pendant. Would you like to have bunny number 1, bunny number 2, or bunny number 3? So 1, 2, or 3. Bunny and chick to be 3, so you'd like them both to be number 3. So bunny number 3, and then chick number 3 is the last in that row of number 3. So if anybody else has a chick this evening, they would have to pick number 1 or number 2. Okay, so let's, oh, where's my mouse? Let's go down. So if we open your bunny first, and in here you have got a bunny cage pendant. Oh, so very Easter vibes with this cage pendant. As it is a cage, it does mean that you can swap and change the pearl around inside. He does have a little bit of enamel colouring on the Easter egg here, so let me just show you. It is a bunny holding a Easter egg. Now, where the Easter egg cage section is where your pearl is going to be seen. Okay, so your pearl is going to be part of the colour of the Easter egg. The Easter egg does have a red and pink enamel band decoration going across the egg there, just to give it a little bit of extra colour, and hopefully you can see this bunny design. He does have his facial features on there. I think it's just a little bit harder to see because of the reflection in with the camera there. But I hope you're happy with that one. So that one comes with 1 oyster opening. Excuse me. And then with your earrings, oh, okay, so these ones are, I mean, they're quite weighty, these ones. They are stud back earrings, and you definitely would need to have 2 pearls dangling from the bottom. So these are the seashell earrings. So if I just hold it slightly differently, you can see that the stud section is right at the top of the shell. So they do actually hang down a little way, so quite dangly, because if you think, then your pearl actually then dangles from the bottom of these on top of that. So then it's quite a nice statement earring because it fans out beautifully as well. So seashell stud earrings with your pearls dangling from the bottom. So I hope you're happy with those as well. And these ones come with 2 oyster openings. So that means you've got 3 openings altogether. Oh, there's only 1 oyster in here. So what I'm going to do, because these is a mix of all the oysters, you can actually see how I do it. So normals, I literally don't even count. So normals bag, I just grab a couple in. Oh, new bag, couple in. Expand the rainbow bag, couple in, and the 4 pearl oyster bag, couple in, and then I just give them a big mix. Okay, so that's how I make my surprise bag. It's not counted, so it's literally a surprise. It's completely random. And I just give them a mix. There we go. So that's how I make my surprise bags. And I do it so it's that random, because then it is a complete surprise. Okay, so yeah, let's pull out how many oysters? 3 oysters. 1, 2, and 3. Are there certain colours you're hoping for, Kathy? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? One, 2, and 3. And let's go down. So, oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Donate the shells. Okay. Oh, okay. So first oyster is a chocolate bronze pearl. There's no more in that one there. Sorry, I just dropped. There we go. So your first one is a chocolate bronze pearl here. Again, he's quite a nice size. We've had quite a few larger pearls today, haven't we? Thank you guys. I've seen Pamela's comment now. Thank you. Oyster number 2, Kathy. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are quadding. So you got one of those quadding oysters. So you've got 4 pearls in your second oyster here. If I just dry these up for you, Kathy. And in here you've got a dark grape purple, a darker gunmetal grey, a two-tonal, sorry, I thought it was focused. There we go. A two-tonal lilac purple. So he's just got slightly lighter and darker areas to him. And then you've got a gorgeous bright coral there as well. So dark grape purple, gunmetal grey, two-tonal lilac and a coral. Then moving on to your last oyster, my lovely. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and twinning with gorgeous brighter golden pearls there. Okay, so let's dry these up for you. And the golds, they are slightly different shades in colour there. Not massively so, but I can see you've got one lighter and one kind of brighter golden pearl. Now, what do you think to these, Kathy? We've got the larger chocolate at the top, then dark purple, darker gunmetal grey, two-tonal lilac, bright coral, and then twinning golds, one brighter, one slightly lighter. If you're happy with these, I'll definitely need to know which one you'd like, or which two, sorry, you'd like on the earrings. And if you're not happy with these colours, I can swap them for you. So if I run them through the board, the chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. The dark purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Darker gunmetal greys, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. the two-tonal lilac purples, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the corals, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Slightly brighter gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Slightly lighter golds, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. So they're measuring the same sizes there. Oh, and I've just seen you'd like to have the golds on the jewellery and the bunny can get the rest. Perfect. Let me just write this down for you. So we're going to have golds on there. Okay, because you had 2 Easter treats, it means that you get 2 of these dips here. So if I pull out your first one, I'm just going to pop it in my hand up here, that's up there, while I just pull out your second one as well. Okay, so here, let's go down, and you have got, oh, upside down, a £5 and a £4 off code. So that makes £9 off altogether. Would you be happy to have them combined, so it to be a £9 off code? Or would you prefer to keep them as 2 codes separately? It's completely up to you, Kathy. These codes will be able to use straight away when they get emailed to you, or you can hold on to them. So if you'd like to order in the future, you'll have these codes to use. Cindy, I have emailed you back. I've changed it into the 3 codes for you. £9 is fine. Okay, so let me just write that down for you. Perfect. That code will get sent to you to the email address on the order form over the weekend. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. But yeah, Cindy, I definitely emailed that back to you with the 3 different codes. Pamela, bear with me a moment. My printer's just run out of paper, so I'm just seeing if I can move some from the top tray to the bottom tray. You're very welcome, Cindy. There we go. Okay, Pamela, you are up next. Are you here? Or should I say, are you still here? No problem. Oh, bless you. Sorry, printers, it always runs out at the most inconvenient times. So Pamela, you've got 2 oyster openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? What do you think? Expand the rainbow and donate the shells. Of course you can. That's this one here. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1 and 2. Let's get them open. There's 1 and 2. So let's go down. Oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Oh, first one is a pinkle. That is a gorgeous, I mean, pinkles come out quite a lot today. Normally it's quite a rare colour, and it's come out quite a few times today. So you guys are very lucky to grab a pinkle. So a pinkle is a pink with a purple overtone. There we go. So there is your pinkle. Moving on to your second oyster. There's one side. And the other side. Oh wow, and in here you've got 2 hot pink pearls, and there's no more in that one, so you are twinning. Now these hot pinks, they do look like they're slightly different sizes, one larger, one slightly smaller, but beautiful bright hot pink pearls there. So you've got a pinkle, so you can definitely see that purple coming out with the pinkle there when they're next to the pinks. And then you've got 2 hot pinks, one slightly smaller, one slightly larger. What do you think to all of these, Pamela? I will need to know which 2 you would like on your jewellery. And if you're not happy with the colours, we can swap them for you. Your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Here's a 6.5. The visually smaller hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, sorry, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And then the larger hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, so sorry. Not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he is an 8.5. Okay, so 8.5, 8, and was it 7 or 7.5 with the pinkle there? What would you like to do? I'm just going to pop them down 1 second. I just need to reply to this. I do apologise. I had a mare at the start of the live, so I just need to... Sorry about that. I type so fast. I've got faster through the years with typing. Two matching bright reds. Okay, so if you're happy for them to be pre-drilled, I've got a bag of pre-drilled here, so I can look for the brightest in here. So that one keeps calling my name. And it's got to be that one down there, I think. Oh, these are two slightly different tones of red. One's got like a mulberry pinky vibe to him. One slightly, let me show you, sorry, if I could just get it focused for you, Pamela. Sorry, my lovely. Why is it not focusing? I'm just going to move the pinks sideways a second because I think there's... Maybe it doesn't like the reds. Come on. There we go. Ta-da! So you can see they're slightly different in shades there. Love the one of the colour in front of the pinkle. I'll have a look to see if I can match it. Let me just, where's my dish? I don't think I've got, I think the one in there is the closest I've got to it. This one's got a dark, this one's slightly two-tonal. No, that one's quite a bit darker. I think I've actually got the closest one to it at the moment. I don't think I've got... I'll show you that one. I think that one's... Okay, so the original one's in the middle, the one that you liked. That one is slightly darker than him. And then that one is just the slightly off colour, if that makes sense. So they're all slightly different. This is the one that you said you liked. I'd possibly say this one's closer in colour, but he is slightly darker. Yeah, Sophie's never worked here, bless her. She's always volunteered, which is amazing. And she does have a full-time job. So she is here normally at the starts of the lives, but with her full-time job, she's not normally here till the end. And Kia, at the moment, no, but may do again in the future. Okay, so you'd like to have those two on there, not this one back here. So those two on there. Which two, I'll bring the pinks back now. Which two would you like to swap out? But as you can see, they were the brightest ones of the bunch. And these are the brighter ones than I've got over there as well. It really is, Wendy, which is why a couple of times a year we have a stars night for Sophie. And it's just, this was suggested by customers actually, to have a night where all the stars donated go straight to Sophie, which is lovely. So that happens a couple of times a year. those are perfect, and keep the 8.5 hot pink. As you almost chose the pinks, as you love that shade of pink. Oh, bless you. So take the smaller pink and the pinkle. Can I measure the reds? Oh, of course I can. So red number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Red number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5 as well. So they are measuring the same size there. I've just buried him slightly now, but there we go. Okay, so if I bring you back up, I hope you're happy with those, Pamela. Let's pop these in here for you. And then I'll write down we're going to have reds on the jewellery. Can you have the pink on a hoop fitting? Of course you can. I'm writing it down. So for the pink on a hoop, the invoice for the hoop fitting will get sent across for you over the weekend, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Pamela, I hope you're happy with that then, my lovely. That's safe up there for you, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Oh, that's amazing, Catherine. Thank you. I feel like I'm all over the start of my lifestyle. I'm all over the place. And Aaron, bless him, he's still at work. Oh, bless him. So, yeah, I feel like I'm, yeah, thank you. So, reds are pre-drilled. Oh, Pamela, you're very, very welcome. Right, I actually think that's the end of the order list for today. Let me just refresh this here. Okay, so I'm not going to be live again until next Friday. So we're not live this Sunday or Tuesday, but we're live the following Friday. It's the 1st of April tomorrow. So everybody past midnight, the first 3 words you need to say is white rabbit, white rabbit, white rabbit, as it will bring you good luck for the rest of the month. I hope you'll have a brilliant week, and I'll see you next Friday. Take care. Bye.